This is another exponentials and logarithms question. Give it a go first. If you get stuck on anything, then skip forward to the parts to see my hints. So for the first one, this should be pretty easy. So log to the base 2 of y is equal to minus 3. So for this one, you want to think about how can I eliminate the log to get y by itself? So think about what is the inverse operation to log to the base 2. The inverse operation of log to the base 2 would be 2 to the power of something. So then we do 2 to the power of both sides. And then we end up with the 2 and the log cancel, and we get y is equal to 2 to the minus 3, or 1 over 8, and that's the answer to part A. For part B, find the values of x such that this is the case. So I'll write this out. So if you're not sure on this one, you want to rearrange this equation for x. The first step would be to multiply both sides by log to the base 2 of x, and then try it from there. Try and use some of the log rules to figure out what x will end up being. So I think the first step of this question is probably where most students would trip up. Not exactly the exact first step, but like the manipulation just after it. So if you multiply both sides by log to the base 2 of x, the right-hand side becomes log to the base 2 of x squared. And notice that this is not the same thing as log to the base 2 of x squared. And therefore, because this here we could rewrite as 2 log to the base 2 of x, this is not the same thing as what we have here. The difference is that in this example here, just the x is squared, and in this example here, the entire log is squared. And for that reason, we wouldn't be able to use the power law. The left-hand side is just a number. So log to the base 2 of 32, log to the base 2 of 16. You think about, you can do this in your calculator, but if you wanted to do it mentally, you just have to think about what power do I have to apply to 2 to get 32? And what power do I have to apply to 2 to get 16? And those would be 5 and 4 respectively. So this just becomes 5 plus 4 is equal to log to the base 2 of x squared. So that's 9. So we have then log to the base 2 of x all squared is equal to 9. And then we can square root both sides. So this then becomes log to the base 2 of x is equal to the square root of 9, which is 3, but it would be plus or minus 3. Log in general can be negative. If you think about the graph, a log graph looks like this. So this would be y is equal to log x. That can be negative, so the y values can be negative. So minus 3 is okay. So we do have to consider that as well when doing the next part of this question. So then we'd have to do 2 to the power of both sides. That will be the inverse operation of log to the base 2. So the left-hand side becomes x. The right-hand side becomes 2 to the power of plus or minus 3. So there's two options. We have 2 to the power of 3 and 2 to the power of minus 3. So then our solutions are then x is equal to 8 and x is equal to 1 over 8. Sometimes in these questions they give a constraint as to what x is. Let's just have a quick look up here. No, there isn't one. So yeah, these are our two final solutions.